when you start doing something, or when you get into like content creation and stuff, you're gonna deal with a lot of feelings and a lot of embarrassment. When you get into when you bro, let me tell you something I learned about life. You're gonna deal a lot with embarrassment, and I've dealt with this a lot, especially in a black community. I'm gonna mention black people on this channel a lot because I've lived with black people almost all my life, and I know how these people are. Now I'm learning them every day, but I'm learning more stuff about them every single day. But I've noticed this: black people. One thing about black people, man, if they see you doing something that's new, different, or something that could potentially change your life, they are gonna they're not gonna like you as much. Let me explain. Most of them are too dumb to understand, you know what I'm talking about, and I've seen this in my family. Most of them are just literally too dumb to understand. Some of them are concerned. I know my mom is concerned. My uncle is a bit concerned. He's like, he's encouraging me to call on, you know what I mean, but he's concerned too, you know what I'm talking about. But I'll say 80% of the black people in your life, you know what I'm talking about. If you have black people in your life as a black person, most of them are gonna hate you for it. They're gonna hate you like you think you're better than us. You're fucking stupid. You know what I'm talking about. And how I deal with that is very simple, bro. And I think you can also be applied to like any other race. This is not about race. It's about the black mentality. You know what I'm talking about. The mind of a black man. I've seen white people with a black mind. You know what I'm talking about. I've come across them. The only way you can deal with people like this, the only way you can deal with things like this, especially when you want to chase what you want to chase, especially if you want to chase something, a business, YouTube, sports, anything, I'm talking about, except for crime, because crime is just it's wrong, you know what I mean? Just do it, and do it as often as possible. The thing about me is when I know people hate me, and I know a lot of people hate me, and I'm a D1 hater automatically, and I'm talking about, yes, I am, okay, I do contribute to this default hate system, you know what I mean? This system is basically how black people automatically hate you on default, you know what I mean? Before they even get to know you, you know what I mean? I do have that mentality too. I hate you before I can trust you, you know what I'm talking about? Yes, it's a weak mentality, you know what I'm talking about? But I've gotten to the point where I'd rather have 100 haters, where I'd rather have a lot of enemies. That way, I don't want to. It's not the point, bro. But like, what I'm trying to say is, when you know people don't like you for what you're doing, you gotta do all you can to make sure they hate you even more. You know what I'm talking about? So what I mean is, okay, if I'm chasing YouTube, right, and I already spoke, I'm like, yo, YouTube can make me a billionaire. You know what I'm talking about? All right, black people take that personal, like, especially in your family. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you a tip. The people gonna hate you the most, like most murders, most murders, or like we talk about this, in black community, there's a lot of witchcraft too, you know what I mean? Something, okay, yeah, most murders that happen, it's personal, you know what I'm talking about? It's personal. One thing my uncle also mentioned, he may be right, maybe wrong, but he's old, so I'm gonna take it. He's very wise in a sense. Nothing, okay, most of the shit that's done via black magic is through blood, and nothing is gonna work to your disadvantage, especially if you're gonna be witched, unless you are in the same bloodline, you know what I'm talking about? So unless someone is your family, then it's gonna destroy you know what I mean? One thing you gotta do, bro, is to make sure that you push it, bro. What I do is I whip out the camera and I start talking in front of everybody, you know what I mean? And it's something that I know is pissing a lot of people off, but I do it either way because first of all, I know that's decreased black tax for me, and in a self-sense. Point is, bro, like, I don't wanna, I'm losing my train of thought a lot, but like, if you're not gonna do it, then who's gonna do it for you? You know what I mean? The same people who think you're stupid, and the same people who hate you right now, the same people that same old ass grandpa who doesn't want to greet you, that mother of yours who thinks you fucking lazy, stupid, you know what I'm talking about? You may be lazy and stupid, but that same person is going to be begging you for money when you blow up. And I don't mean blow up in the sense of go famous or something like that. No, I mean like you can blow up in many ways. Your career in a totally different industry could take off, you know what I mean? You could when you become God's favorite, Not that we are not, but like when you become God's favorite in a successful sense, you know what I mean? These people are gonna be, they're gonna literally become like beggars to you. Like, some people take it so far, make their family members slaves. You know what I'm talking about? They take advantage of that. Something that I'm slowly leaning towards. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. But one thing you gotta understand is this is your life. So are you gonna jeopardize a potential just because a black man who's illiterate doesn't understand? It's the same thing with AI, bro. Black people are so stupid, bro. They think AI is equivalent to chasing a football career. You know what I mean? Like, the mentality of a black man is so, like, it's the reason why I don't pay so much attention to the noise, especially made by black men.